When you're launching a new product, there are a few things you can do to make sure your launch doesn't flop. Alex Hormozi'S new book, $100 Million Lead, is launching soon. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the way he's launching his new book and why you should be doing the same thing for your own physical products. Or maybe you have your own informational product, or maybe you're selling a service and you already have some sort of audience. So first, let's look at what Hormozi is actually doing for this launch. The first thing is that for a few months, he's been hinting at dropping a new book called $100 Million Leads. He hasn't been giving too much away. He's just teasing the audience and planting the seed. Now, why is this something that you should do with the product, information, or service that you're launching? Well, you're priming your customer and talking about something that is unreleased. And this does a few different things for your customers. The first thing is that humans want things they can't have or things that are hard to get. And then saying that it's not ready yet, you're pushing this button. If it's something they can't have, they want it more. And the second thing is by the time the product launches, the customer is already educated and is well aware of why they need the product and how it can benefit them. What you're doing is you're pre-selling the customer on buying your product so that when it does launch, it's a no-brainer and they buy it. So the second thing is after dropping multiple hints, Hormozi puts a pop-up on his website where his audience can sign up to get notified when the book will be released. So now we've gone from him just talking about a potential new book to this book will be released. There's no date for it to be released yet, but sign up and you'll be the first to know. And by signing up his audience to his email list, he now has multiple ways to communicate with them so that they don't miss the launch of the book. And you can do the exact same thing on your website by having a pop-up to collect email addresses, because sending emails to your list is by far one of the most effective ways to launch a new product. An alternative to this is to get your audience to hit the notification bell on your YouTube videos to make sure that they are aware when the new product is going to be released, or make sure that you're following you on Instagram and watching your stories to be the first to know when the product is released. The third thing is that Hormozi finally reveals the date the book will be launched, but that's not all. Hormozi explains how you can be one of the first to get your hands on the new book by hosting a live virtual event where you won't just be able to get the new book, but there will also be exclusive bonuses available for attending. Now think about this. Rather than just sending out an email on the day of the book launch saying my book is launched, go buy it, Hormozi builds more excitement with customers because he's going to be personally launching the book himself on a live stream. And by giving away bonuses, it incentivizes you to sign up for the event, and it drives more curiosity because you want to know what those bonuses are and you don't want to miss out. And Hormozi actually automatically signed up his email list to the event, which I thought was pretty smart because it decreases the effort on the customer's side. Now, hosting a virtual event may seem daunting, but if you do want to build more excitement and more curiosity, this is a great way to do it. And it can be something as simple as an Instagram live where you launch your product and you tell your customers where and how to buy it. And if you have an email list, you can pair this live stream with emails that are sent out to your list, which can amplify the effects of the launch. And the fourth thing Hormozi does is repost stories of people who are signing up for the event and talk about how many people have already signed up. And what this does is it creates FOMO, fear of missing out. And this is such a powerful psychological trigger. And what you can do is you can combine FOMO with scarcity to drive even more purchases when you do launch your product. Now you can apply FOMO and scarcity in a number of different ways. Now with FOMO, you can provide regular updates stating the number of people who have already signed up for the event, or the number of people who have already placed pre-orders or put a deposit down for your product. And what this will do is it will automatically encourage other customers to take action. And the second thing is that you can combine this with scarcity by capping the number of seats that are available at your live event, and or capping the number of units available of the product that you'll be launching. And what this will do is it will make your launch even more exclusive, driving more purchases. Now, at the time of recording this video, this is all we know about Hormozi's strategy for launching $100 million leads. But my guess is that he'll continue to send emails to drive more signups for the event, and continue to drop hints in his videos about the bonuses that are available for attendees, and continue to say how you will benefit from the book. Basically creating more excitement so that it's a no-brainer to purchase the book once it comes out. Now, I know an objection you might have is Hormozi has a huge audience. I don't have a huge audience, so this is not going to work for me. And while it is true that this is more effective with a much larger audience, the same principles apply even if you have a small audience. Big audience or small audience, the common factor is that you're selling to humans, and the same principles apply. So how can you actually put these things into practice and use them effectively? First thing to do is look at where your audience is. Do you have an email list of existing customers? Or maybe an email list of people who are qualified but have not purchased from you yet? Do you have followers on social media who are qualified to buy what you're selling? Do you already have website visitors you can retarget with social media ads? Or do you have a Facebook group of qualified buyers? So you may have one of these audiences, or even better, multiple of these audiences. And once you've identified where your audience is, the next thing is to plan out how you're going to communicate with your audience for the launch. Now, the best thing I found and what Hormozi did for this launch is working back from the launch date. So let's go through an example. Let's say your product will be launching on October 5th. And if you're going to do a live event, plan it on the launch day and give your audience an incentive to attend the launch. For example, special bonuses that are only available for event attendees, right? You're incentivizing people to sign up. Then 6 weeks before your launch date, announce the launch date of the product to the audience. And 10 to 12 weeks before your launch date, start dropping hints about a new product and how your audience can be the first to receive updates on when the product will launch. And now that you have your schedule planned, now what you need to do is make sure you have all the content you're going to post or send to your audience on the right dates. So plan what hints you want to drop and how frequently you want to do that. Plan the content for your launch date announcement. Plan out the reminders and teasers you're going to post or send to your audience between the launch date announcement and the actual launch itself. And if you're going to do a live event, plan that out and make sure you get as many people registered for the live event as possible. And don't forget to send lots and lots of reminders for the event to make sure people show up. And you may be thinking, why is it even worth doing all of this just to launch a product? Well, you want people to buy your product, and the best way to do this is to have pre-sold customers before the product is even launched. As I said previously in this video, humans want things they can't get or things that are hard to get access to. You also have all this time leading up to the launch to sell your customers and build FOMO and scarcity like we spoke about. And these things make it so much more effective to sell a product rather than the product just being available for everyone to buy at any time. So that's all for this video. If you haven't signed up for Hormozi'S live event, there'll be a link below this video to do so to make sure that you get your hands on the new book once it does launch. And if you found value in this video, please leave a like, please subscribe. It really helps me produce more of these videos. And if you have an e-commerce brand and you want to work with a team that will help you increase your revenue and your profit, book a call with me below and let's chat. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.